Hey, welcome back to Talk Dealership Service. So all you service managers and service advisors, I want you to really pay attention to this video because I want to talk about kind of the current state of affairs with new vehicles, maybe what the short-term future looks like in the used car market, and what your role in getting a used car inspection through the shop looks like. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in just a minute. All right, welcome back, and here we go. Let's get this thing started. If you're new to the channel, I wish you would subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Also, any comments you have, please share them with me. I don't care what it is. If it relates to the dealership environment, at least we can have a conversation about it. I've kind of been on all ends of a dealership at multiple levels, so I think we can at least have a decent conversation about anything you want to talk about. Also, I'm going to link again our Facebook group. We're up to 14 members. I know it's not much, but hey, we're just getting started. Okay, here we go. So I was just reading the NADA news, and I get a daily email from them, and if you don't, you might want to sign up for it. And it looks like over the last couple of weeks, Ford has shuttered another plant, as has Stellantis, Toyota, GM. So it looks like new car production is going to be down for the foreseeable future. I know if you go back several months, a lot of the manufacturers were stating by September they were hoping that a decent volume of new cars would start hitting the car lots again. Now it looks like that could be into March 2022 or possibly even into the fourth quarter or even into the first quarter of 2023. So it looks like it's going to be a rough ride for several months on the new car side, which brings us to used cars and used car inspections and getting a good marketing program down to move that needle forward. I predicted a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to say I was wrong. I predicted that in August, used car sales would start taking a pretty heavy hit. They did decline in August, but not to the level I anticipated. But now, with new car production still at a low and looks like it's not going to be turning the corner anytime soon, I think we got a few more months of really, really strong used cars. But what we got to do at the parts and service level is make sure that when these used cars are coming in from auction or they're purchase or trade units, whatever they might be, that we're acting fast to get these cars back to the front line. Because if you're a new line legacy dealer, your showroom and your front line is probably pretty close to empty, or at best it only has used cars. So it's so important for us at this juncture in the service sector to make darn sure that we build that relationship. We're tearing down the walls between sales and service, and we're understanding the constraints that they're under. And I know for folks in service, and you get 10 or 15 used cars in from the auction, and all your salespeople just want to come. They want to hoard the keys and take a look at it. It's exciting. It's new. And you're probably pushing back on, oh, just give me a chance to get it through the system. There's a fine balance there. We don't want to pour cold water on the sales department's parade simply because at the dealership level, we exist to sell cars. Parts and service is just a support of that function. So what can we do? What can we do? I think we've got to ramp up our capacity to get used cars through the systems a lot quicker. And if you're using sublet people like paint, dents, glass, yada, 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 and they come into your dealership once a week, maybe we can get them twice a week. And if we can't get them twice a week, maybe we can do everything mechanically we can, get a top-notch detail, get those vehicles stickered and to the front line. And if they sell before the dents, dings, and chips are taken care of, so be it, but at least that car is on the front line. It's clean, it's safe, and it's ready for the customer. I know a lot of people use Rapid Recon, and if you do use Rapid Recon, I'd like to know what you think about it. I particularly love the product, and one of the dealerships I'm associated with uses it religiously. And basically what it does is it gives you an idea of exactly where the used car is in the UCI process. And it gives the used car manager, salespeople, it gives them an idea of what's next and when they can expect that car to come out the other end of that tunnel. Now, with that being said, what is an acceptable time for cars to get through your UCI process? To me, in this climate, I always wanted to shoot for 4 days. That's a tough task. But I think we've just got to keep fighting, scratching, clawing for that number. And if it means increasing capacity, if it means stretching hours, whatever it takes to let the sales department know that we're on their side, we are their best advocate. We've just got to stop this adversarial relationship that seems to exist in dadgum nearly every dealership that I ever talk about. So get yourself a really, really solid used car inspection list and make sure you've got a tech that you trust that's not just pencil whipping it, that's really identifying some concerns. That way, when that gets up to the used car manager, that person has got a really, really good story. They know where to go with this car. Is the car worth fixing up? We can still make some money on it, or do we need to condemn the car and take it to auction? But that's the service department's job, to give them the total picture for them to be able to make that decision. And then when we get the word go, it needs to be all hands on deck to go to get that car through the system. We've seen probably in the last, 40, 50 years, or maybe forever, that used cars have always been a depreciating asset. Well, obviously in the last 20 months, they've kind of been an appreciating asset. I don't know that I foresee that continuing. I do see the used car prices flattening out a little, and only because I think consumer demand is going to slow a little bit. So many people have been in the trade cycle in the last year and a half that I think a lot of people have bought. But nevertheless, there's still boatloads of opportunity out there. And it's up to us in the service to create that opportunity and deliver an absolutely awesome product to our sales department. It's kind of like, we're trying to create and grow the customer experience in the service department. What's a 5-star, top-notch customer experience look like? Well, heck, let's start by delivering that to our sales department. Give them that experience that you want to give what you call your retail customer. Give them that experience. That way they have the opportunity to give you feedback. And when they do give you feedback, take it to heart. We're all in this together. We've got to sell vehicles to survive. So do your part. Whatever that part is, do your part. Deliver them an excellent product every time without fail, no exception. All right, that's kind of enough for this Talk Dealership Service. I would like your thoughts and input on this because it's such an important topic, and I don't think it's a topic that's going to go away anytime soon. So if you don't feel like your dealership has a UCI process or the capacity to do it at the level I'm talking about, well, instead of complaining about it, build the capacity. And that means stretching yourself. It might mean that instead of your shop closing at 5, 6, or 7, it might stay open at 8, 9, or 10. It might mean that it's all hands on deck on a Saturday. I don't know what it looks like. All I know is that right now, our sales department is totally dependent upon our sales department is totally dependent upon us to give them the best product we can, the fastest pace we can do it. All right, that's enough. My name's Dale. This is Talk Dealership Service. Hit that subscribe button. Share this with everybody you know that's in the car business. And until next week, I want to hear from you on our Facebook page.